All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 924 on this beautiful Monday evening. It is getting into those summer long, what do they call them? The dog days of summer. It's getting in there. It's getting there. And yeah. All right, everybody. Well, it's good to see all of you here. I hope you all had a good Father's Day. All the dads out there and all the moms who have to be dads. Hope you all had a great Father's Day and it was blessed. We had a good one myself. Who am I? My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for my Father's Day, nor what I do in the background. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, Series 7. That makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. What, I leave one out? 6, 63, 26, 65, and Series 7? She had a puzzled look. She's like, you better not. Don't shortchange you. All right. Well, she got them all. We're happy to be here. Tonight, we are going to give you some of them. We call it like test-taking techniques. It is testing mastery. It is what we call keyword. Guys, this is what we teach people in our membership. This is what we do for free tonight in our 30 minutes of free. If you are joining us on YouTube and the replay, please subscribe, hit the notifications. We appreciate all of you spreading the word of Kona. We make this free. But it only can happen if you guys spread the word and make sure that mom and dad pay the rent over here. So we appreciate you guys spreading the word, and we love you for it. And we're going to help you get those pass notices. Tonight, we are doing test-taking techniques with a keyword style. We are going to play Kona Catchphrase. We are going to dive into it where we read some questions, we read some answers, and you're going to find those keywords and patterns into those questions and answers that'll help you get that answer right. Guys, look, I can't say it enough. Everybody, like I even got a message today. What do I need to score on my Q bank to know that I'm ready to test? Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't master Q banks. Q bank scores are about as irrelevant as preseason in football. It is about as relevant as preseason in baseball. Nobody cares. You know why? Because it's preseason. It ain't the real game. I've got people who have not gotten over 65% in their Q banks and went and passed the exam. I got more people who failed those FINRA practice exams and masteries that have passed the exam.
Yes.
They failed it, but yet somehow they passed the real exam. Ask me what is more important, or what do you think is more important? Passing a practice exam or passing the real thing? What do you want to do? What you want to do? Which one do you think gets you closer to your goal? That's right. It's passing the real exam, just in case any of you were stumped. Guys, the questions on the exam are not like any Q bank out there. None of them. None of them. FINRA makes sure of that. NASA makes sure of that. So we teach these keywords, these techniques, these ways to look through those questions, find what you need to connect so that way you can get to the right answer, even if you don't even know what it is. Tomorrow, we'll be doing test-taking techniques. Tonight, we're going to be looking for them keywords. Look, it's a different way of doing it. We know that. It's not what you were taught in public school, but there's a lot of things in public school we should have probably not been taught, and a lot of things we should have been taught. I'm going to tell you right now, some of the classic ways of doing exams and the way they teach us in school is not the best way to do it. We are applying some of the stuff that they teach kids at Harvard on how to pass the SIE. We show you how people in these Ivy League schools are getting taught when they go to take the SIE. Guys, these are the little keywords and techniques and skill sets that are in colleges already that we apply that a lot of test preps don't apply for some reason. I don't know why. They just don't. But we do. So that way you can give you guys that extra edge. So tonight, when you're going through it, and you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know. I like reading the questions first. Why can't we just look at the question and I answer it like I've been doing for the last, I don't know how many years. I remember in the 1900s, we had Scantrons. Why don't we do that way? Look, it ain't the way that is now. It ain't the way you get to sit behind a computer that's made in probably 1994, running Windows 95 with a corded mouse. And you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to figure this out with all the confusing ways that they ask these questions and all the ways they put those answers on the screen. And it almost makes you feel like you didn't study at all. And if you've been to the exam, you know that's true. So we're going to help you out with that tonight. So I want you guys to be open-minded. Try it out. It's going to be different. And if you haven't joined us yet for our membership stuff, I wish you would, because we got a lot of stuff coming up next week, right? Or no, this week. Yeah, what are we doing?
Next week is the techniques.
Next week, we're doing nothing but exam mastery. We're doing nothing but techniques. We're doing all kinds of stuff to help you pass these exams. I always like to, like, I'm trying to think. I'm like, did I get my weeks wrong, Brandy? She controls the schedule. I just participate. I'm just there. But anyways, that's what we're gonna do next week. But this week we're finishing up the academy. But you can join in any day, anytime for the 21-day plans. We have them for the SIE, the 6, the 63. Those are self-guided. Those are going through a 21-day plan. But you can join in on those live sessions where we do exam master. You can ask questions in there. You can also join our Discord, our Kona community, where you can ask questions over there, post questions up. Or you could be like my homegirl Michelle, who decided to write out all her questions this weekend. Oh my goodness! I hope you can type very well, because that was a lot. But we also you can post a picture or screenshot of your questions. You don't have to type it out. But we have all that available, plus study guides that are just straight to the point. Everything you should look at and know for these exams, right to the point. No 489 LEMs, and if you don't want to read them, that's fine. All you need is our study guide. That's going to be where we find our keywords, the things you need to look for. SIE 6, 63 available, 65 in the works, 26, we got something for you as well. So if you haven't joined us yet, scan the QR code, hit the links. We got 951-290-3077. That's my phone number. Give me a call, give me a text, Instagram, Telegram. That's where you can find me at. Tomorrow, we do have classes. We got the academy happening tomorrow. We got the series 6. We got small group tutoring for those people who are paying for that. Join the fun at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. And we got the small groups right at the end there. We're rounding it off.
Yes.
Make sure that you're registered. And if you want to be in it and you're not registered, you got to reach out to me or Brandy. Brandy's the best way, because she's the one that controls that group. She controls how small it is. And we try to make it small so that way people are attended to in those tutoring sessions. Right?
Yep.
Anything you want to add for this weekend?
No.
All right, let's just get to it. Hey guys, look, when you guys drop me a line on Telegram, Instagram, any of these places, right? Give me a phone call, and then they send me a picture. Guess what? I add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame, because you know why? We got yes, we do. We got a passer. Congratulations to Marie Kelly for passing the Series 6. Let me tell you something. She blows up that Telegram. She blows up Brandy on the personal, on the Discord. She's got questions. She's always in every session. She takes advantage of all the live sessions. She takes advantage of the tutoring. She takes advantage of the study guide. She takes advantage of everything that we got, because she's like, if I'm paying for it, I'm taking advantage of it. And you know what? It paid off. She got that Series 6. And look, she didn't pass it the first time. This is the second attempt, but got it knocked out. It was done. Done. And what did Marie have to say about it? She said, could not have passed without the live chats and all the replays. Thank you, Brandy and Andy, so much. Yes. Kept it short, kept it sweet. And I like to say the same thing. Every live session, everything that we had, any chat, anything, whether it's motivational wise, and whether it's like what you need, how to study, how you need to get a new Q bank, whatever it was, extremely coachable. And look, sometimes I'm a little hard on Marie, but you know what? She takes it like, a player in the game who's just getting some tough coaching, and she goes with it. And you know what? She's got a pass notice.
That's right.
And that's all that matters.
That's right.
Sometimes coaches are a little hard for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And but Brandy, what do you want to say about this?
I mean, yes, everything you said, but her questions were always she wasn't just asking a question like, I got this wrong, what's up? It was more like, where's the connection? And hey, is this on the test? Right? Hey, I'm missing the connection here. All of these types of things, because guys, our Q banks actually have extra questions in them.
I just want to clarify real quick. We don't know what's on the test. So she was asking, should she focus that deep on the question? Because she would go so deep into the content.
Yeah, because our quiz questions,
I don't want us to get in trouble.
Quiz questions, because it's just it's a huge question bank for all of the exams that the vendors provide. So sometimes those questions go a little deep. We always base our content off of the FINRA outline. So
Yeah.
when that's not in the Finner outline, it's probably not tested.
Yeah, and I'd like to tell you guys, some of these Q banks, they're I don't want to say that some of these providers of these Q banks are a little lazy. That would be,
Some of them are too big.
and they just kind of like take stuff that's not on the exam just to throw it in there
Little.
because
Not
it's a
big.
filler.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't need to focus on that because it's not in that outline, like Brandy says.
Right.
And it gets people crossed up. So that's a good way to get involved with us, because you know why? Because you get, like Marie, you get things clarified, or like Michelle, even though she's like, I give, I'm giving her a hard time about posting everything, but that's what you want. You want accessibility, and then she took advantage of it. So glad to help you pass that thing. Yes. And congratulations on to the Series 63 already. She's already doing her quizzing, already, opened up all her study material. So congratulations. Can't wait to see you get that Series 63. She's going to the Primerica convention. She has a goal to be fully licensed by then. So I know it's going to happen. So see you soon. See you soon. All right, let's get on to the study of the night. Kona Catchphrase. If you guys love this, we're going to be doing a lot of this in the Friday mastery. We're going to be doing next week. We're going to do a lot of this, and we go deeper into specific exams. So if you're like, oh man, I don't feel like that's my exam. One, if you're taking the SIE, all these questions are on your exam probably. So don't trip out on that. If you're taking the 65, probably the same thing for you. 63 and 26 are a little bit different, but guess what? All these things apply because it doesn't matter what exam you're taking. Guys, I have people taking this stuff who aren't even taking securities license exams. They're doing other stuff. I've got a couple people who are studying for their MBA right now. I got people who are studying for their teaching certificates, and I got kids learning this. Guys, this will help you out. It's looking for patterns in the which way these multiple choice exams are written. It's looking for keywords. It's zeroing in on things that are already there that help you out and get to that 50-50 shot, or help you get these things right. So tonight, I'm not doing all the work. Brandy's not doing all the work. We want to know and see you put into the chat what you see as the keywords. What do you see? Do you see patterns? Do you see things like two answers that start off the same? It could be as simple as they both started with "it is." I'm not kidding you guys. There might be one of them that has a number in it. Note, look, I'm not saying anything that says that you have to have been studying for a long time. We're making observations like that. And I want to see that in the chat. And if you're at home watching this on the replay, write it down on the scrap paper. Brandy's going to break both the answers and questions down. See where you line up. See if you're checking out those keywords. See if you can identify them. It's a really fun game. We call it the Kona Catchphrase. All right, let's play. D, willful misstatements made in an application for membership. C, conviction of a DUI resulting in a fine and probation. B, expulsion by the Chicago Board of Operations Exchange, the CBOE, for violations of trading floor rules. A, disciplinary sanctions by a financial regulator in the United Kingdom. Okay, one observation I'm going to make. Don't overthink it. I feel like. But what are people on here looking at? I don't see anybody writing anything in the chat. Are they awake?
I don't know.
All bad. C has a DUI. A is foreign. I think that's key. Back of you. Do you don't see what you want to look for?
No, that's, your guys are good. You guys are good.
All right. A person may not act as a registered representative of principal unless financial industry regulation authority, FINRA's eligibility standards regarding training, experience, and competence are met. In all the following instances, a person may be statutorily disqualified from FINRA membership except.
Very good.
Except. Being drunk.
Yes. Because every other answer had to do with securities.
or some sort of financial fraud or something that is not very becoming of somebody mishandling something that has to do with the money or your business or something like that.
Yeah, because they're talking. This is like what this one is the SEC of the United Kingdom.
Personally, for me, when I read these answers, I was like, out of all the things for somebody to handle my money, the one being drunk and driving is not the one that I'm most worried about handling my money.
Exactly.
I'm not going to let them drive me. I don't want them on the road, but that has nothing to do with money.
And it was the only one I had an and.
And it was the only one with an and.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I love the ands.
Yes. Non-broker dealer related.
See what we're saying here, guys? You warmed up yet? We ready?
Yeah,
Come on. Come on. Don't be shy.
Let's do this.
D, long-term bonds. C, intermediate term notes. B, equity instruments. A, money market instruments. Come on, there's two things you guys can recognize right off the bat. Two instruments. Very good, Kenya.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm such a music person. I would have went term notes. Is that part of the instruments? Repurchase agreements and reverse repurchase agreements are repurchase agreements and reverse repurchase agreements are C and D are debt.
They are debt.
Come on.
It's either A or B, guys.
If you have to get in the pool with your shirt on, at least you get in the pool. You know what I mean? Don't be shy.
Yeah, like it's A or B. We know this.
No, look, if you guys get it, if you guys don't make a connection or you don't see it, throw something out there. It's not like the computer's going to slap you in the face.
Is an agreement equity?
Agreement equity?
Yeah, is an agreement equity?
No.
So then the answer is A, guys.
It's that simple. Is equity in your house an agreement?
Not that I know of.
See, that's it.
That's it. That's
Bam.
it.
Bam.
That's it. Bam. Just like that.
Again, guys, there's no punishment for putting something in the chat that's not what you think is a keyword.
Yep.
Like, just do it.
Just do it.
A corporation selling its securities to the public. C, a broker dealer selling securities out of his own inventory to the public. B, the U.S. government selling its securities to the public. A, municipality selling its securities to the public. All selling. Very good. C, from inventory. Direct, public, all to the public.
I'm just going to cross it off because it's all the public.
Yeah, we all know it's to the public.
C is different.
C is different.
C different.
It's that inventory thing.
B doesn't start with A. That's true. So one of the things that I noticed real quick was like selling its securities, selling its securities, selling its securities, selling securities. There's no it's. It's a grammar, right? So the broker dealer is not selling its securities.
It's just selling securities.
Right. But it's different.
Yes.
See that?
Because it's inventory.
It's.
Which of the following transactions would take place in the secondary market? What's the key word in the question? What's the key words in the question? What's the key words in the... There you go. Secondary market.
It's our answer.
Where's the secondary market?
It's on the screen.
Where do you go for the secondary market?
That's right.
C.
Because it's not selling its securities, it's just selling in securities out of its inventory.
The way I like to look at the secondary market is much like a car dealership.
It is.
That's it. The other ones were coming direct from the factory. The only one that was on the market of a deal, that already wasn't from directly from the dealer was the broker dealer from his own inventory.
Exactly.
It's the dealership.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum.
Do y'all see that now? Do y'all see that? That's it.
That is
Look, you don't need to know everything. Just know that. Business risk, which can lead to the financial risk. Call risk, which can lead to a reinvestment risk. B, market risk, which can lead to interest rate risk. All interest rate risk, which can lead to financial risk.
You know what's funny about this question?
Yeah.
I didn't read the second part of it. I didn't even read any of this.
So what you're saying is don't pay attention to any of that because it's all the same. Or I guess it's not, but still. Interest rate risk, market risk, call risk, business risk. Is there anything they need to observe in that? Or should we just go to the question?
Now that I'm looking at it, you could probably, if you know content, you could probably get to the answer without reading the question. But since this is a lesson of not going on content, go read that question.
An investor holding a 4.5% callable bond holding a 4.5% callable bond. An investor holding
Oops, my circle's off.
a callable
The only other thing,
that says call.
just read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more words right after that.
Has it called away by the issuer?
That is.
What is that? Call risk.
Look at that. Callable, called, and call.
It's almost like they wanted you to pick it. How many of you would have got it wrong because you would have thought too much?
And this is the like if you guys knew the content, which again, not the Monday example, right? Not the Kona catchphrase. But even if you looked at all of this, you could actually see that that is the only correct statement as well. Call risk can lead into reinvestment risk. The other ones don't match.
The other ones don't match.
Yeah. But again, that would be like a content question. You know what I mean?
D, margin account. C, rep account. B, commission-based account. A, discretionary account.
That's right there. They are all accounts.
B has 3 words.
Oh, sure, it has 3 words. And it has a hyphen.
It does. C, more than one, all in one, right? It's the whole burrito.
So
Wrap.
wrap.
Or as I like to say, wrap is...
Sorry. I was reading the chat. It's a wrap. Burrito. A wrap.
Wrap is American for burrito.
Burrito. All right. Question.
A customer has an account with a broker-dealer who provides a group of services such as asset allocation, portfolio management, trade executions, and administration for a single fee. This is known as... We are a one-stop shop.
That's right. All in one. And it's also this for the single fee, guys. But yes.
Also rotate your tires, check your oil, and see if the kids are okay.
It's funny. Is because maybe because I said this the last question that it's not a content, like today we're not focused on content. They all focused on wrap account being all in one.
Right.
I love that. And that's exactly what the question was. See? It might be the only thing that comes to mind, and it'll either match or it won't.
In this situation, the keywords in the answers are what you know about them outside of securities. Do you see that? Outside of the content. It's what it says to you outside of the words still mean the same.
Yeah, it's crazy that words in securities mean the same thing as words outside of securities.
Do you know when they don't? Is when you think too hard. So the lesson is think less.
Yes.
D, the rep's address or phone number. C, the firm's name. B, the rep's name. A, the firm's address or phone number. Two numbers. That's true.
Oh, because that has a number. That has a number.
A and D are sim. The rep's address seems like you don't need it.
It's personal.
It is personal. I don't want people knowing phone address.
All right.
Anyone making cold calls for the firm. What the heck is that? Cold calls for the firm must disclose all of the following information except. I think they were trying to say making cold calls for the firm.
I feel, you know how Andy started off by saying like some
Q Banks sort of
lazy.
I want to say that there was lunchtime.
Yeah.
The accept, guys, right? We already kind of outlined it. It's personal. The address is not as important, right?
Right.
So there you go.
I mean, honestly, I mean, at what point would there ever be a time when a rep needs to give their personal address or phone number, except for on a registration form?
That's the only time.
Like, our clients do not need to know where we live,
especially ones that aren't even our clients yet.
dude.
They're a cold call. You don't even know who you're calling.
Yeah, you don't give away your personal address.
Hi, is this Ed in Missouri? Come visit me at my house.
I too live in Missouri.
I too live in what street? I live on that street. Want to hang out?
Hey, I live next door to you.
By the way, if anybody starts their conversation with you on a cold call like that, you should really, really hang up. Just saying, you should probably not. And then you should probably give their number over to the authorities. Somebody's probably stalking you. Somebody's probably stalking you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I told you it's going to be painless. It's going to be easy. And I hope the lesson for tonight was think less, think more commonly, and just go for it.
Guys, I skipped 3 questions tonight when I was pulling questions. Actually, 5. 2 I'm using on another night, and 3 of them had the numbers.
Even if you have to jump in the pool with a shirt on, at least you're getting in the pool. So don't be scared. Take the plunge. Figure, just don't feel like any of these things, like when you're learning it, like these wrong answers are going to smack you in the face because you're learning a new system. Guys, it's all fun. It's all learning. And if you can raise your scores by 5% by just doing this, if it works for you 5% of the time, that's 5% you didn't have. So let's go for it. Let's do it. Take those quizzes. And you know what else? We'll be back tomorrow for the members. We'll be back. Same bad time, same bad channel for the Studying Brew Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. But more importantly, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. And thank you also for all the Father's Day greetings that I got over the weekend. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Guys, don't forget to practice this in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow.
All right, now we're back on track. All right, let's pick this back up. Hey, live. We're live, right?
We are live.
All right, let's go on to what's going on tomorrow. We got Instagram, we got Telegram. Oh, go back 951-290-3077. That's our phone number. Give me a call, give me a text over the weekend, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right. We got the SIE Academy happening first tomorrow, and then we're going right into the test prep. All exam members tomorrow. That means any exam and all exams. We want you there. That is where Brandy's going to be giving out that test prep. She's going to go over that mastery. She's going to show you those techniques. She's going to go over some studying. I don't know what she's going to do, but it's going to be good. So make sure to be there. Check your local times there when all the fun starts. And the reminders already went out, so you have the access in your emails already.
Yes.
All right, let's go. All right, Series 6. We're going to start it. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
It's different than Technique Tuesday. Brandy's just going to go through these questions. They're going to be 6 different questions for 6 different exams. She's going to answer them. You know the drill, but take them notes. Do it exactly the way she does it in your studying, guys. We don't do this so that way you can see a magic trick. We're doing this because we want you to start learning it. We teach you the behind the skills, right? Like the behind the scenes. Just like magicians, they're like pulling out these rabbits out, but they're not telling you how they did it. Well, Brandy's trying to show you how they do it.
Yes.
So that way you can do it. So the only way you can do that is practice it. It's not magic. It's just a skill set you need to develop.
Yes. And before I get into this, I do want to say for people who are new and haven't heard me say this, guys, I'm not a test taker. I was a horrible test taker. If I had to rely on a test, like, you know, like when you sometimes when you guys go to college or even like some of my kids' grades, it's a midterm and a final. Like that's the only grade that matters, right? And guys, those are the classes I either had to retake, to be honest, or I just barely skated with a C. But those classes that, you know, I got to write essays in, dominated, right? So it wasn't like I didn't know content. It was that I didn't know how to take multiple choice tests. I purposely didn't take the SAT when I was in high school because I knew I was going to bomb it. Does that make sense? Super negative attitude, hated taking multiple choice tests, knew I was bad at it. And here I am, guys, teaching you how to pass in arguably the hardest exams out there, teaching you guys how to do the techniques. Because if I could find a way to do it, you guys can do it.
Oh, by the way, I forgot in my announcements. I have started a Spotify. There is a KonaButterflyz Spotify right now. I just have the Studying Brew soundtrack up there. I will be adding study music, but more importantly, we will be having some of our course audios over there as well, so you guys can grab them on Spotify. So check us out on Spotify. That will be updated and soon, and we'll have that out this summer. We'll have some audios out there for you guys on Spotify.
Check us out. All right. The coupon rate moves in the opposite direction. The movement depends on the duration of the bond. The coupon rate moves in the same direction. Nothing. It does not change. Now, I do try to, for our members, I do try to pull content that we talk about through the week in all of our live sessions and stuff. So if you guys, you know, were on, you guys should know this answer when you guys
If you're watching this on
question.
replay, scan the QR code, join up.
Yeah. So the coupon rate moves, the movement depends, the coupon rate moves or it does not change. Now I have to think because, you know, today's the day that we tie in just a little surface level content, just a little. And if you guys know anything about debt securities or the bond seesaw, you know that the coupon goes into the triangle, right? Coupon goes into the triangle. Why?
If you don't know, now you know. It doesn't move. It's the fulcrum.
Right? Guys, think about this. Does the interest rates of your loans change?
No, they don't change, hopefully, right? No, seriously. That's why a lot of us we go out and we notice when the interest rates are really low, right? When loans are, you know, they say interest rates are really low, like 2% interest rate, right? We go out there and we do our big purchases and try to cash in on that low interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
If the interest rates jump up like, you know, they did in the last year or so, is it going to change or did it stay the same? No, I'm locked in.
Locked in.
I signed a contract. I'm locked in that too. They can go up to 20%. Doesn't matter. I'm still in too.
Right? So there you go. Locked in. And that is why, guys, when we talk about the bond seesaw, the coupon rate goes into the triangle. That's why it goes into the triangle.
Coupon equals fixed.
Yeah, you say that. Because it's called the coupon rate, the nominal yield, the stated rate, the fixed rate. It's called so many different things.
But the main thing is look how we tied in real world knowledge into this where you go, oh yeah, that's true. Just remember the concept.
5% of the issuer's common stock. Any 2%, 8%. Now, if I look at this, right? But I see 5, I see 2, and I see 8.
And they're all common stock.
And they are all common stock, right? So it makes me wonder. We talk about the rights, right? Maintaining proportionate ownership. We talk about being a control person and owning more than 10%. So if I'm looking at this, I go, ooh, eight's the highest number. I don't know what we're talking about because I haven't seen the question yet, but I have those two things: maintain proportionate ownership or 10%. Those are the two things I associate with percentage of stock. Okay. Boom. A non-affiliated 3%, a non-affiliated own a non stop.
I know.
Don't look at grammar.
Right. The grammar's bad.
A non-affiliated person owns 3% of an issuer's common stock. This person would be considered a control person if a spouse owns more than 10. 3 plus 8 equals higher than 10.
That's a little bit of common what do you want to say? Little knowledge on the content.
That is just a little bit though, but you guys see what I did.
By the way, can you write that out for the folks at home that weren't paying attention because they were looking at the kid in the stroller? I don't know why they're in a stroller. In the bassinet, looking for another thing of milk.
Okay.
10% means ownership.
Yes. 10% means ownership. 10%.
The things you said, but you didn't write it.
Yes. 10% of stock makes you a control person. And
not ownership, control.
Yeah. And if a spouse, like if Andy owned 8% and I owned 3% because we are a legally married couple, then that
with our powers combined,
then that makes us over 10%. So we would both be considered control people.
With our powers combined, we are now control people.
We are in control. Okay. So that's huge to know, by the way. Let me circle that. Spouse. Not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend.
Not the dude you've been living with for 10 years and you still haven't put a ring on it.
Charges a commission for the transaction. Maintains inventory. Trades with customers from own inventory. Profits on the spread. Maintain an inventory and trades with customers from own inventory. I feel like this is the same. Right? I'm going to cross you off and cross me. Profits on the spread could be anything.
I think of gambling, to be honest with you.
Interesting. But commission, we tend to think of agents.
Agents get commission.
Right? Or brokers. Right? Agents or brokers. Because real estate. Because why real estate? Real estate doesn't have an inventory. They have a listing, first of all. They don't have an inventory.
You mean they don't have an inventory of houses in their backyard?
No. But car dealerships have an inventory, right?
Yes, they do.
Car dealerships have an inventory. They trade with customers from their inventory. And don't they have this thing called a markup?
Yes, I do.
We've all heard of dealer markup.
Yes.
Right? Okay. All of the following are phrases associated with the broker-dealer acting as a principal, except, well, I'm already crossing off B and C because they sound the same. And I related profits on the spread to markup. So that's that. So then that's
just process of elimination, even though you don't know what A is or how it works with the question. Right? Some of you be like, I don't even know that. Did I know that? I didn't know that. Now you know.
Now you know. And that is in every exam.
That's in every exam.
That is
know that.
Every exam.
You gonna be a principal? Know that.
Yep. You gonna be an advisor?
Know that.
Know that. You are looking at the SIE? Know that.
You're pre-U4?
Know that.
So I'm gonna call people. That's what I'm gonna say when people, when people are on the SIE.
Pre-U4.
Pre-U4.
All right. Standard & Poor's rating service.
Yes.
That's the S&P.
It sure is.
The U.S. Treasury Credit Agency. Hold up.
There's a U.S. Treasury Credit Agency?
Huh?
They giving out credit cards from the U.S. Gov?
Can you imagine? That's weird.
Uncle Sam MasterCards?
I guess the government doesn't make enough money. They want to charge interest.
It's coming. I have a feeling it's coming.
Fitch. Now, we have talked about Fitch here on the brew before because somebody said that Fitch is a B word that rhymes with Fitch.
Couldn't say itch.
Yes, you can do that. And then Moody, we talk about Moody being bah. I'm so moody. I'm bah.
So we have three that we know that are some sort of like ratings. Right. We've heard of them.
We've heard of.
One, we have no clue what that is.
What? Who are you? All of the following are considered to be major credit rating agencies, except now some of you might see the word credit rating agency.
I'm picking it.
And go, but it says the agency except. You're like, well, the U.S. Treasury Credit Agency, that's up there. But investor services aren't part of those words, right? But we've heard of Moody. We've never heard of B. I mean, oops. I mean, you heard Andy right there go, what? The U.S. has a credit agency? And he's not even studying.
No.
He's probably never heard of Fitch or Moody.
I've heard of Moody.
Oh, you've heard of Moody, but he's probably never heard of Fitch. But
it was in The Big Short.
More than anybody, yes, it was. More than anything, what? The U.S. government has a credit agency? Do you guys see that? That's imploring common sense or logic, or simply just never heard of.
The Big Short is a good movie to watch over the weekend. Not a kids movie, but it's a good one.
Once the kids go to bed, not as bad as Wolf of Wall Street.
Nothing like Wolf of Wall Street, but what is?
But there is a lot of cursing.
There is.
And there is a nudie scene.
There is a strip club scene.
Yes. In the primary market, securities are sold to the public and the issuer receives the sale proceeds. Primary issuer receives the proceeds. In the primary market, securities are purchased from and sold to individual investors. If you're in the primary, how are we selling from an investor? That's not primary. That's a used car, right? That's a used car. In the secondary market, all sales proceeds go to the issuer. Well, in a secondary, we just talked about this being used. It's not going not to Toyota. Is that the right way to say it? It's not going to Toyota because it's secondary. It's a used car. I might buy it from CarMax, but Toyota isn't getting that money. In the secondary market, securities transactions cannot take place on an exchange. Okay, hold on. Wait a second. Hold up. Isn't an exchange take two people? Isn't an exchange of goods or services take two people? You can't have two people without an exchange. So isn't the answer A? Right? Now, sometimes, guys, this is the second Kaplan question that I have come across, and I'm not going to say that this is actually happening, but this is the second Kaplan question that I have come across that seems like they're taking Kona language. That it seems like they do. We had the question on Tuesday where it says the everything associated with the buy side of an option except wants the contract to expire. That's Brandy's language. That's Kona language. I say that. That's one of my ways of saying things, right? And in this one, in the primary markets, they're sold to the public and the issuer receives the sale proceeds. I always say that the issuer benefits from the sale.
Right.
Bro, I think there are Kaplan spies in Kona content.
Probably.
Last one. The intended use of proceeds for such corporate actions, including expansion, mergers, or acquisitions. The intended use of proceeds. That's the important part. A statement by the SEC that the offering is neither approved nor disapproved. That's accurate. The list of all investors in the offering. I'm just going to question that. Move on.
Could be a lot.
A history of the business, including any risk to purchasers that may be unique to the business or industry. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But like you said, like Eric said in the chat, excessive. That's a lot. See, what?
Mm-hmm.
And how do they know? And how do they know?
So So Jesse just opened up his Robinhood and he just put some money on it. So they're gonna have to add that to the list.
Yeah, and then because Jesse did that, do they have to reprint a new list and send it out to everybody?
They're like, hold up, throw out the old one. Jesse got on here late and he went ahead and invested. Hold on, we got to update the names.
That a prospectus has to be done for the first 25 days if you're a listed security, anyways. So are they printing a new one every day?
No,
That's just weird.
I hope not.
Like, this is just weird.
Wouldn't be a lot of trees left.
Right. So yeah, guys, the answer's C.
Have you seen how big those prospectuses are, guys?
Yeah. Well, yes, I have.
They're big.
They're like 30 pages.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Yeah. Very few people read through those things.
They're like 8-point font. So I mean, if you didn't need
You say
glasses
8
before,
point? I think they're smaller than that.
they're pretty.
Dude.
And it's Times New Roman, and they use a lot of legal talk.
Yeah. Talk about a snorer.
Dude.
Yeah. If you got nothing else to do.
I think anybody can find anything else to do besides read the prospectus.
Guess I haven't met
You
Eric.
should make full and fair disclosure. You should make an informed decision.
You should make an informed decision for sure. And all of you should do that when you make investments. And anybody watching this, informed decisions is what is the best thing to do for anyone and everyone when it comes to investing. You know why?
Why?
There's no guarantees.
That's true.
There's no guarantees, and there's always risk.
Risk. What's the opposite of a guarantee?
There's always risk. Always risk. And that's the business we're in. And that's why all of you have to study the way you have to. And this is why it's so regulated. And that's why these exams mean a lot, because your folks, the people that you will be doing business with, your clientele, some of them may have worked their entire life, or maybe they're inheriting money that someone worked their entire life to get. Or maybe they're setting something up that someone they're leaving behind needs to help them survive through the last of their years through a trust or some sort of insurance policy that the family puts together for them, right? Guys, it is super important that you know this stuff and you are compliant and you know how this stuff works, because it's an important license. And if things aren't going your way this weekend, you're not getting the scores you're supposed to, or you think you're not getting the scores that you're supposed to, it's all mental. It's all a mindset. Stop it. This is a very advanced, these are very advanced exams in the professional world. They are not supposed to be easy. They're not handing them out. So quit acting like it's a trophy that you get for participating at the local soccer game. It's just not that way. They're not giving you a Capri Sun either. I'm just telling you guys, just keep at it. Keep that positive mental attitude and just know that you're on a process. Trust the process. Stay with the process. Be consistent with it. And when you feel like you don't know and you feel like you need to reach out to somebody, join us on the Discord. Be out there. Ask questions on there. See if anybody can help you out. And we'll see you there. Everybody, members, we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody else, we'll see you on Monday for the Studying Brew. We'll be back on Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. And have a great Father's Day.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super, super appreciate you guys. Don't forget to practice these techniques and the Kona Catchphrase in your quizzes tonight and through the weekend. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Have a great weekend.